We're starting out today's adventure in the green pastures of West Vancouver's Capilano Golf and Country Club. With me on camera as always is Rick Von Schmidt. Capilano Golf Club is consistently ranked as one of the best in the world. It first opened in 1939 and ever since it's the place to be for the international elite visiting Vancouver. In 1945, the most famous, brilliant, and wealthy man in the world flew his float plane into Vancouver and played golf here. He had a little more than golf on his mind, though, because he spent some time in the company of a beautiful local actress named Margaret. I'll tell you more about her at the end of this vlog. In the meantime, I can tell you that the rich dude having fun here in 1945 was named Howard. Howard Hughes. And he was right in there. Howard Hughes was born on Christmas Eve, 1905, into a successful oil family. When he was 18, his parents died and he inherited the business, making him a millionaire. He used his money to make even more through entertainment, aviation, and real estate. He was linked romantically to some of the most beautiful women in the world: Rita Hayworth, Betty Davis, Katharine Hepburn, Ava Gardner, and Marilyn Monroe. He was brilliant, daring, handsome, and fearless. He had it all. Then in 1946, a year after his visit here, he had a terrible plane crash and suffered extreme injuries. Some say this led to mental illness. Others speculate he started to over-medicate with painkillers. Either way, he became reclusive with bizarre rumors of his appearance and behavior. Nobody knows for sure what happened on March 14, 1972. With enough money to go to any city, perhaps he was thinking back to the great time he had here in 1945 because he told his pilot to go to Vancouver. He told the immigration officer that he was here strictly as a visitor to look around and get a breath of fresh air. He had not been seen in public or even photographed in 15 years. He could have stayed anywhere in the city. Of course, he chose the best. Right here. Built in 1961, the Bayshore Hotel overlooks Cole Harbour and Stanley Park. It's next to none in terms of reputation, luxury, and service. When Howard arrived, it had a brand new tower built in 1970. When he got out of his car, he had been freshly barbered and groomed. After years of looking like a mad hermit, he was upbeat that day. His staff got his wheelchair out of the trunk, but Howard waved it off. He said, "Don't bother. I want to walk in." His staff couldn't believe it. Was Vancouver the cure to his illness? Was he being reborn? Maybe if Howard was alive today, this would be his car. But it belongs to my cameraman, Rick Von Schmidt. Rick just bought it with all the money he's making from these YouTube vlogs. Inside the beautiful Bayshore here, and they just put in a brand new lounge inspired by Howard himself. Lots of little aviation touches in there. Beautiful place. For the first time in years, Howard walked without help right into the lobby where a janitor was cleaning windows. His staff winced, anticipating a panic attack, but he stopped, looked around at the beautiful lobby. "This is pretty nice," he said. He wasn't worried about a lack of vacancy either. He knew if they didn't give him any rooms, he'd simply buy the hotel, just like he did a few years earlier, Las Vegas Desert Inn. Howard took the elevator up to the top floor and entered the suite his staff picked out for him. He went over to the window and watched the seaplanes. He told his crew he liked the room. He said it would make a nice sitting room to enjoy the view. Then his brief metamorphosis took a dark turn. His bully staff intimidated him and manipulated his paranoia. They told him people could take his picture through the windows, and they ushered him into the bedroom where they had the windows blacked out. He got into bed and presumably stayed in there for his entire visit. His staff took over the top 4 floors of the new tower, and they blocked anyone from trying to get a look at him. Photographers were on the roof across the street for months, and one almost killed himself in a hang glider. But nobody got his picture. Hotel staff never saw him either. Occasionally an order would come down to the kitchen for a meal with strict instructions to cut the food into small, exact squares. Howard and his team abruptly left after 6 months. On August 29th, 1972, they were gone. All gone. Hotel staff went into his suite and found it clean, spotless. The only evidence of his stay were plywood against the windows and in the halls. Howard went on to Mexico and died a few years later in 1976. He was worth about $12 billion in today's money. All right, we're in the suite now. This is incredible. It's beautiful in here. Here's the sitting room where Howard wanted to watch the planes. And they've got some newspaper clippings of the day up on the wall. There's Howard. Good dude. And here's the window that Howard wanted to look out, watch the seaplanes. Bully staff wouldn't let him know. Poor guy. Best view in the city. Look at that. Incredible. A few more of the newspaper clippings up on the wall here in the suite. Couple of bathrooms in the suite. Everything is impeccable. I don't know if Howard ever took a bath, but if he did, it would have been in here. And here's his bedroom. This is where Howard was for 6 months, right here. And here's the window that was all blacked out with plywood. Beautiful view here. This truly is the best hotel room in this city, and I highly recommend it. Maybe he sat in that chair right there. Sweet Howard. When you're down in Cole Harbor going for a walk, you can spot Howard's suite. It's in the top of the tower in the northeast corner. Rumors of Howard's insanity or drug addiction don't make sense because he was lucid enough to pick the best room in the best hotel in the best city in the world. The real reason for his visit was never known. Most think he was trying to avoid taxes, but I like to think he was here with Margaret in his heart, the local actress he met during his previous visit. Professionally, Margaret used her middle name, Yvonne. She became a big movie star, but you might know her best for her TV role, Lily Munster. She was Yvonne DiCarlo, and I'm going to do a vlog about her very soon. I hope you enjoyed this little taste of old Vancouver as she once was. Special thanks to Megumi and all the wonderful people down here at the Bayshore. It truly is a beautiful place, and I highly recommend it. Thanks to Bev Sugarman for makeup and Jewel Hamler for wardrobe. On behalf of Rick and myself, thanks for watching. And until next time, that's a good bee.